Real excited. Got be quiet, Cletus. Real excited. Got another Floridian here to speak today. Thanks for representing. Awesome sauce.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to turn it on over to Amy. She's going to talk to us about patches for phishing. Take it away, Amy.
Thank you, James. All right. So patches for phishing, I've had some clients who've had some issues, but the reason I'm doing this is that my clients in the last 6 years, we've had like 200 phishing attempts and 100% security. So that's why I'm talking about this. Nobody got in. So this quote, if the right slide came up, is actually, I like it because it's wrong. People don't get phished because they're stupid. They get phished because they're busy. They're distracted. They're not focused on that kind of technology. What we really need is a new path of behavior for dealing with messaging, DMs, social, anything coming in social media. And these slides, almost every slide has the tiny URL on there. You can get these slides and don't worry about writing stuff down. So basically, it's human nature to fall for phishing. What happens is, and actually, it's not just the people-y people, it's the technical people too. Like HR and marketing, sure, they fall for phishing, but so do technical people. And I'll show that in a minute. So this new path of behavior that we need for all of the messaging platforms, whether it's email or DMs or social media or SMS text, we just need to treat them differently than we have been. CISA.gov, they say that more than 90% of cyber attacks start with a phishing email. That's a lot, but it's the easy way in. It's like low-hanging fruit. And in April 2023, Cyber Magazine published that 99% of cybersecurity leaders reported being stressed about email security. It's real. It's a real thing. It's not just like, hey, shoot me an email. It's not like that. One bad click can open up malware, ransomware, all kinds of theft. So the solution is look, don't click, and verify. And just keep that in mind. And by the way, that's the answer. That is the patch. The people are the patch. They're laughing at that Nigerian prince email that just came in for the 800th time. So there we go. I'm Amy Biddle. I'm a business strategist, so I don't technically work in cybersecurity. I consult with small businesses in digital marketing. But as I mentioned a few minutes ago, over specifically the past 6 years, I've helped my clients dodge about 200 phishing exploits. 100% safety success rate, no malware, no ransomware, no cash out the window. But I do have some case studies of people that I do know these happen to. I attribute this success to two things. Very simple. Emotional support. With my clients, we have, and that sounds squishy, but, we have a good rapport. They trust me. I tell them the truth. There are no stupid questions, and asking questions is expected. And number two is training. And not like circus training, not like practicing, flying without a net. It's phishing awareness comes down to familiarity. What do these emails look like? And my clients know too, they can send me a screenshot or forward me an email or whatever, and almost immediately, and it's been 7 days a week. I really need to do something about that. That they get help. So the SANS 2023 Security Awareness Report says phishing susceptibility drops by up to 70% when there's regular security awareness training. And training could be just something as simple as 10 minutes standing in front of somebody and saying, see this message? This was phishing. Here's why. So here's an example. A short while ago, a friend of mine got an email at work. She's at a new job, doesn't know a whole lot of people there, She got this email, and within about, I don't know, 10 minutes, she bought $2,500 in gift cards because she thought her new boss told her to do it. She was phished. She acted on what looked like good information. New job. She didn't have any friends to go check it with. She didn't have any trusted person in the office. Hey, what do you think of this? Would Tony actually send me this email? So she did it. Easy target, right? The new kid, the new email registration, the new, whatever they use to find the new person at the office. She's an accountant. She's not a stupid person. This is an accounting firm. So this is not stupidity. The bad guys know who you are. They know all of us. There were 272 million Social Security numbers accessed last 2 months ago in September. There are lists for sale. We're on those lists. If you get those dark web reports from your credit bureau, Phishers, they're called hackers. They're very few of them have to use any kind of code. It's very simple. You buy a list, you market to that list, and you will convert some in the way that marketers do. Phishers are black hat marketers. They want something and they're marketing to get it. So here's another story. Back in June, I got a call from a friend. She's an older lady, fixed income. She's about 80 years old. She called me. I went over to her house, and she had just been a victim of a phishing exploit. And the exploit went like this. They contacted her. That's prospecting, because they're marketing. They got her on the phone, so moved her from digital to in phone. Now we're social engineering. Phishing is a subset of social engineering. That's me getting you to do something I want you to do by coercion, not by brute force. So they told her that her bank account had been used to purchase child pornography. Well, that worked. They've activated shame and fear. They got her. That's a hook. But they could get her funds back with a duplicated transaction. I'm 80 years old. I'm thinking, what's that? What's a duplicated transaction? But now they've established authority and trust, like a doctor. Okay. So anyway, they had to work quickly. She had to stay on the phone with them, and she couldn't tell anyone what was going on. 2 hours later, she's depositing $28,000 into a Bitcoin ATM on the other side of town. Really kind of crazy. In this room, we're seeing all kinds of red flags in that story, right? I see everybody making, raised eyebrows, shaking your head. It's horrifying. Excuse me. If she had heard of the scam before, if she knew that she should call somebody when, get in the habit, like I've asked my mother, call me if you get an email that scares you. And now she does. So, it's things like this. But we see red flags, but under pressure, the red flags go out the window and the bad guys win. So, let's look at the next one. Oh, and by the way, these guys could be good salespeople. You don't have to be excellent, just good. So, emails or their messages. These come in, I get like 500 emails a day. It's a lot. A lot of us, most of us who do any kind of office work, get a lot of emails. Because it's a subset of social engineering. It's somebody who wants you to do something, just like a telemarketer. But their returns are really good, because they know, how to work their lists. Automations. So when my friend, the older lady, the police officer who took the report said, "Oh, you should get LifeLock or some other privacy protection," but there's no block there. Once they have her on the phone, there's no privacy coverage. There's no protection. She's under a trance. When bad guys have lists, they get lists of bank customers. They knew what bank. Thank you. They knew what bank she was with. They knew how much money to ask for. All kinds of things. I have lots of examples. I'm just going to give this one was endorsed by Jason Blanchard from Black Hills, okay? Not endorsed as a phishing action. So if Jason says he can imagine a lot of people falling for these things, I imagine it's a higher number than we realize. So I've got some other, grab the slides. James is coming to give me the hook here in a minute. But I do want to show you this one I fell for. And I do this all the time. I block people. It didn't hurt me. Nothing happened. It was an email. They said, come for this interview. And I missed it because I was out of town on a family emergency. So I've marked on there all the different warts that are in there that should have clued me that this was not a real email. But I didn't see it at first. They said they had something I wanted.
Also, people outside the country don't really understand the concept of daylight savings time. They think EST is the same throughout the year, but that would have been EDT.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So there's like all kinds of stuff in here that says fake. And I missed it because they were offering me something I wanted, which would have led to something that they wanted. Fortunately, they left me alone. So we already know the answer. Look, don't click, verify. Does that take more time? You bet it does. We've been taught, oh, look, there's a blue thing here. I'll just click it and find out where it goes. No, we can't do that anymore. And verify does take time, but it takes more time if you're in a phishing exploit like that vice president I was reading about recently at a corporate level who just gave away $2 million because he got phished. So this is too small. Nobody can read it. I can't read that. I put it on there. I can't read it. But pick up the slides. There are a lot of really good reports and things. And here he comes. I must be finished. Thank you, and stay safe.